supposed to slow down after the next one.
Oh.
Yeah. Brooke was in charge.
Are those the opposite?
What's new?
How y'all doing? My name is Terrence Hayes. I think that I had this whole thing written, and what I recognize consistently with our city is that we all kind of want the same thing. It just looks differently, time to time. I don't believe that police and parks should ever be pitted against each other. And I think we've done that in city council. And it's a bit ridiculous that we cannot have safe communities and parks, that we can invest in both. I'm not here to defend or argue about $2 million. What I am here to consistently show is that there was tons of different ways that we could have walked $2 million. We shouldn't have been arguing about new offices and rebuilds. We shouldn't have been doing things that constantly causes divides in our community. We had a unique opportunity with a unique new city council to bring and unite our city, and consistently we didn't. We plotted and continued to create narratives that didn't make Black and brown and immigrant communities safer. We are not investing. My ask is that any way we invest in policy or policing, that it looks about the way that causes young Black men to be safe in their engagement with our servants, with our policemen and policewomen. I am not here to live in any extremity. I've been consistently that way. That's why I ask folks who might disagree to stand behind me, because the narrative that we have to constantly fight each other over every little thing is ridiculous. And it has not made our city safer. We can have accountable, consistent policing while simultaneously having parks and recreations and things like that. But we choose not to. We love to argue over mundane and silly things instead of demanding both in the most real and consistent way. We will fight each other over the most nonsense instead of stand together. What I'm asking, people are going to disagree. People are going to yell, but what I'm asking is, when are we going to challenge our leadership to bring results that actually can do both and instead of either or?
Yes.
We are not in comparison with each other. So, do we need parks? Yes. Should we fund parks? Yes. Do we need accountability in policing?
Yes.
Okay, y'all might not like me here, but we need policing. It doesn't matter how y'all agree with that. People are dying every day. Black men, young Black men, middle-aged white men are dying every day from gun violence. You do not respond with that with community. You respond with that with an armed response. Doesn't matter how comfortable that make you. I did 13 years in jail for making a bad decision that caused harm. But I'm a community member that stands here that believes that every community member with the right resources, the right opportunity, and if we can align them with the things they need, we don't have to put anybody in jail. But if, like parks, but when people refuse to do right, there has to be an answer. Because how many young Black men have to die before there's an epidemic of young Black men dying? We can do both and. We can both reduce gun violence in our community while doubling down on resources. But our council and a lot of people politically insist that we can only do either or. I disagree with that notion. I think we can do both and. My challenge to our city is to be the type of city that can be safe and invest in answering root cause issues. We can do both, and I hope as a city we learn to. I am grateful. I have my babies here with me. These are the little ones. I have teenage sons that live in this community, and I'm telling you, I want them to live in a Portland that's united, a Portland that stands together, and a Portland that can do both.
Society, pay their taxes. My neighborhood has been decimated. It's unacceptable. The homeless problem and the criminal problem is costing the city $5 billion. Lost businesses. Residences can't go to work. Downtown core is hollowed out. It makes no sense. Those that created the problem are incapable of fixing the problem.
It's not one monolithic voice in the Black community.
These people should all opt out of police services. If they do not like the police, they can opt out. For those of us that need the police. District 1, East Portland needs police.
I want you to remember this. Every year, Portland police and police departments across the country keep asking for more and more money. The United States has the highest rate of people in our jails and prisons of any country in the world. If funding the police made our community safer, we should be the safest city and country in the world. But that has not been the answer. So what we are asking is to make sure that the city funds the things that everyday Portlanders know make our community safer.